Sponsors are vital to the Catholic Health Ministry, yet the words sponsor and sponsorship can be confusing and difficult to understand. When people hear the word sponsor, the first thing they tend to think of is someone who underwrites sporting events, donates to fundraisers, or advertises on TV. In the Catholic Health Ministry, however, sponsors and sponsorship have important and distinct meanings. This is also true for the term ministry.
The starting point for any conversation on sponsorship has to be our understanding of the centerpiece of why we do what we do and who we are. And that is the reconciling mission of Jesus, to draw all of creation into the fullness of God's love. The Church continues this healing and reconciling mission of Jesus in the world today. And the word we use to describe that good work is ministry.
Sponsorship is really a sacred trust. It is holding a ministry of the Church in trust for the future.
Now, if you look at healthcare, obviously it is rooted in a fundamental biblical insight that care of the sick is a corporal work of mercy. It is the kind of thing that Jesus did as part of his ministry when people came to him not only to be forgiven, not only to be consoled, but also to be healed.
A sponsored ministry has to do with the relationship between a ministry, the church, and a congregation. So it's about a relationship. And it's also about leadership and commitment.
When we talk about sponsorship, basically we're talking about a structured relationship between an entity that has been recognized by the institutional church and specific works that are done in the name of the church, those things we call ministries. The sponsor body is the connector between those works and the larger community of the faithful.
So you have to have the right kind of technology. You need to have the right kind of fiscal responsibility. You need to have the right kind of professional training and a large core of professionally trained people. So we are highly structured in this ministry, but that shouldn't make us forget where we came from. We came from and do come from the gospel. We are part of the pastoral care ministry of the church in our own way in healthcare, and we are at the same time a major player in the field of healthcare in the United States. The numbers, like 15% of admissions to acute care hospitals being Catholic, that is a very substantial reality that has emerged from a single religious community.
That which is different about the foundation for Catholic healthcare is the proactive nature of it, the expectation of a proactive nature. Take these ministries, as Jesus did, to the streets, right? And if you're doing something less than that, then you're not living true to the foundation upon which you say you stand.
And so it's assuring that who we are and what we are and what about is held appropriately and accurately and with great integrity.
Pope Francis said something very interesting. He says it's not good enough to look at other people around us as our neighbors. We have to look at them as our brothers and sisters. So part of the goal of a sponsor should be aware of trying to turn neighbors into brothers and sisters.
It's interesting to note that the word sponsorship was not used until after Vatican II. It doesn't appear in canon law at all. Yet it is rich with meaning and has many dimensions.
You know, we talk about sponsorship, but really it's so hard to define sponsorship. You know, for me, I try to simplify it because there's so many facets to it that you look at one and then you look at the other, and you know, you put them all together. And there's no one way of defining it. For me, is carry on, assuring that we are carrying on the mission of the church, the mission of Jesus, and what our sisters and others who went before us have really instilled into all of us.
In concert with members, CHA developed a definition of sponsorship to provide a shared understanding of the importance of sponsorship to the ministry.